All right, fellas, today's topic, we're looking at Dr. Squatch's new cologne. What's good, y'all? Steve from the Dapper Aristocrat, where every week we give you tips on how to look good, stand out, and get those compliments. A few weeks ago, a couple of gents hit me up in my comment section and said, hey, you should do a review on Dr. Squatch's cologne. And I said, Dr. Squatch Cologne? I did a review on those already. You talking about these? 2 years ago, I did reviews on these Dr. Squatch colognes. And ever since I did the review, I haven't seen them since. I haven't used them, I haven't smelled them. I just didn't really like the scents. The scents were more of a natural essential oil scent. Colognes like this isn't my cup of tea. Fast forward to a couple weeks ago, I had to go on their site to see what everybody was talking about. It turns out that they have created 3 new colognes, and they're nothing like this. Thank God. Now, the 3 colognes that they offer includes Glacier Falls, Fireside Bourbon, and Woodland Pine. Each bottle costs about $59, but you can get all 3 bottles for a total of $127. The colognes still give natural vibes. They don't have a lot of ingredients in it. If you look on the back of the box, you can tell that there's only 3 ingredients in it, which includes alcohol, water, and the actual fragrance. As a matter of fact, the alcohol is derived from corn, so that itself should tell you that it's pretty natural. Now, it's great to know that Dr. Squatch has created 3 new colognes, but I'm sure you guys are wondering, what do they smell like? Come on, bro, that's the reason why I'm watching this. Now, this is Glacier Falls, and the notes that are included in Glacier Falls include citrus, bergamot, clove leaf, and cedarwood, Virginia. Man, let's see what this smells like. Now, Dr. Squatch describes this scent as fresh, energizing, and cool. Oh, yeah, it smells nice. You can smell the citrus hints to it, but it is a very nice, clean, fresh smell. Now, you guys are probably wondering, does this fragrance smell similar to Fresh Falls? I don't think so, but I do think that if you wanted to go with the soap and the cologne, that Fresh Falls would match very well with this fragrance. Out of all 3, this is my favorite fragrance. I like it because I'm a fan of nice citrusy, fresh scents. The other fragrances are very nice, but we'll get into those later. But this one is by far my favorite. Now, on the website, it says that Dr. Squatch's colognes, that typically will last you all day. This fragrance, I noticed that it lasts for a long while. When I used this cologne, I applied it at around 7 o'clock. By the time it got to around 4 o'clock, you can still smell the fragrance, but it kind of died down. The scent kind of smelled a little faint, but you still notice the fragrance. So by the time I got home around 5:30, 6 o'clock, the scent was still present, but it was very, very light. If you wanted to smell good and you wanted to use this, you have to reapply after work. Fireside Bourbon has notes of geranium, cedarwood, Virginia, and patchouli. Yeah, I can mess with this. Now, the website says that this fragrance smells woodsy, rich, and warm. I would agree with that. I do feel like this is a great fragrance for the fall and the winter. This fragrance is nice as well. There isn't really a bar soap that compares to this. The one that comes close is Woodland Bourbon. Shoot, bruh, I'm wearing this to work tomorrow. Now, as far as my experience with this cologne, it wasn't as strong as the Glacier Falls, and the longevity of it didn't really last as long as the Glacier Falls fragrance. Fragrance was very present, but it wasn't as strong, as loud as the Glacier Falls one. You want a fragrance that you can apply, and you know, the only way you can smell it is if you come close. Then you will probably like this fragrance. You would definitely have to reapply if you were going out in the evening time, because this probably, for me, from my experience, it didn't last me the whole entire daytime. It only carried me through like maybe mid-afternoon. Outside of that, it's a very nice smelling fragrance. Me personally, out of my favorite, I would say if I had to rank this would probably be my 2nd favorite. Let's talk about Woodland Pine. Now, the notes of Woodland Pine include vetiver, cypress, and cedarwood, Virginia. According to the site, this fragrance smells rugged, bold, and masculine. I don't know if it smells rugged Masculine, yes. I don't really consider it to be bold, but it's still a nice fragrance. Now, because it's called Woodland Pine, you probably thinking, oh, it smells like pine tar. It does not smell like pine tar at all. Smell good out the bottle. Let's see what it smells like on my skin. Yeah, it's pretty decent, man. I like this one too. When I smelled this fragrance at first, I was like, this might be my #1 favorite fragrance. You know, you spray it on, it smells nice. But when it dries down, that smell, it's like a note in that after the dry down. I'm not sure what it is, but it's like a particular note in there that I'm not a huge fan of. Oh, I know what you're talking about that, but I mean, it still smells nice. Not better than the other two, but hey, I still mess with it. And that's why that brings this one from the top all the way to #3. It didn't last all day like the website said. The wear with this was similar to the Fireside Bourbon, where I sprayed it on like I always do, and it probably lasted me to mid-afternoon. So if you were interested in this fragrance, this would probably be something that you would have to reapply in the evening time if need be. But I feel like this fragrance could carry you for 4 to 5 hours and you'll be good. Of course, if you spray more sprays than 5, it'll probably get stronger and you'll probably notice a difference. But I felt like for me, spraying the same amounts of sprays that I did as the other two, it just didn't last as long as the Glacier Falls fragrance. Grapefruit IPA would probably go well with this because I feel like it's more citrusy like that. It's not like fresh and citrusy, it's more like citrus, but a hint of wood with it. Pine tar would go good with it, but if it was me, I would go with more of Grapefruit IPA. That would go very well with this. So overall, I feel like the Dr. Squatch colognes are pretty good, especially for a $59 bottle of cologne. I would say pick up a bottle. I think it's worth it. I think it's worth the $59, especially the Glacier Falls one. The Glacier Falls one is probably worth more than $59 because that cologne lasted me for a long time. The other two colognes are probably what I would expect from a $59 bottle of cologne, that they probably gonna last you for about 4 to 6 hours, and after that it's probably gonna die down a lot and you're gonna have to reapply. But their colognes smell really good and I feel like it's worth picking up. So if you guys are interested in picking up a bottle of Dr. Squatch's cologne, I have a link down here and in the description below that you can check out, and it gives you 20% off your purchase. If you tried the cologne or if you're interested in the cologne, let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. I want to send a special shout out to all my Dappercrats out there. Thanks for watching. Always remember to be a gentleman, stay dapper, and I'll see you guys next video.